All right. So before we get started, we'll talk about us bit, right? We are Quantum Set Labs based out of Bangalore. So we are primarily into the trainings and placements as well as services. So we started with cybersecurity and data engineering, and now we are stretching on AI related as well. So I'm Chaudhary with 10 plus years of experience in cybersecurity, and I worked with multiple companies like EY, KPMG, and US product based, and I was in Dubai as well. So far, we have placed more than 100 plus candidates. So our motto is to help candidates with real-time training and also help them in with better packages. So today we have Mr. Teja, so he'll be driving your session completely on the AA part. So Teja, over to you, and you can take it forward from here. And just one small note. So these are the companies that we have placed so far. Not just only this, but we do have many. So yeah, most of our candidates they have settled in very good packages with very good companies. So wishing you all the best and pleasure for to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Chaudhary. Uh, hey, everyone. First of all, very warm welcome to the AI Engineer course. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Hope you can see my screen. Yeah. So today's agenda is we will start with what can be expected from this course and who is it meant for, right? So and then why AI matters now. What is the phase we are in? And then what exactly is AI and how it works on a high level, and then we will understand what is an LLM, the large language model, how is it built, and what is its role in this total AI thing, and then and also the next word prediction, which is nothing but is being done by LLM. So we will just briefly look at what it is, and most important thing, we are going to build a simple program, which is a chatbot using AI by hitting it through API. So this is going to be most excited. So just wait for that user. And what exactly is AI engineer that we are talking about? What is the difference? So like I'm using AI tools, like am I not an AI engineer? So those confusion we will clear out. And then we will look at how the production grade modern AI systems are being built and what is needed for that as an AI engineer. And we will wrap it up by looking at the roadmap. What is it that we are going to do here in the next 2 months, and what can you make out of it? So before learning the coding or looking into the frameworks, let's just understand who it is meant for. So let's say if you are a professional and you want to take leverage of all the AI potential that has and how it is being treated in the current job market. So you want to switch a role, and obviously that role is going to be AI engineer or data analyst based on AI. So there are so many AI roles which are coming like in the job market. So if you want to take leverage and if you want to learn and then make that job switch, then we are going to cover that as part of this course. So the tools and technologies that you will learn here is going to equip you in order to achieve that goal. Now, the second persona, it's let's say you are a software developer, tester, or any person in the IT industry, and then you want to take leverage of these AI tools so that you will become better at your job. Like you will be way ahead, compared to your teammates or compared to your colleagues. So you know how to achieve that. So understanding the AI terminologies, how to use them, and this is going to help you with that so that you can become better at your current job as well. And then if you are someone who like doesn't know about AI, all you know is like you watched some reels and then maybe you used ChatGPT Gemini, but apart from that, you really don't understand. You are in confusion because the kind of pace this AI has come is very fast. We all know that, right? So you are in confusion mode. You just want to start from scratch and understand it step by step. then you are in the right place. So these are the things which we are going to cover in the course, and these are the people who will get benefited from this course. Now, in the next 2 months, by the end of this, you will be understanding how the AI system work end to end. Not only the existing AI system, say a system that you can build by yourself. And then you will get complete clarity on the building blocks. Like there are so many new terminologies flying around, like we are getting confused. So each and everything we are going to see in detail, and then how they are used in the AI powered application. So that also we are going to cover. And then we are going to build couple of end-to-end projects. When I say end-to-end, it's from the scratch and till the deployment, not some simple program. We say okay, output comes in the terminal, not like that. End-to-end projects which you can host in your GitHub and then host in some of the deployment websites like Vercel and then or Railway, and then you can even include them in your LinkedIn and your resume. So these are those kind of projects which are going to cover in the next 2 months. So we are going to have 5 of them, starting from the simple one and then till a complex one. And then obviously understanding the concepts like what is an LLM, what is API, how to get the data from LLM API, and what are these new things called vector databases, how are they different from the relational databases, and what is this RAG, a mechanism to retrieve the information from the databases, and obviously what are the AI agents and how are they different from a regular AI program, and when to use them, when not to use them. All those things we are going to cover in this course. Now, just a brief, how it all started. So we all know industrial revolution. It came in the 20th century and it has completely changed the face of this world, how we work, right? So, and it has taken couple of decades. And similarly, and then the computers revolution. So initially when it came, nobody cared, but eventually it has become a very important part of our daily lives. And then the connectivity, which is the internet, which has again changed, the way we work, the way we operate, the way we live itself. And then the next part was smartphones. We all know, like I think we went through that phase in life. Probably by the time we started using internet, I think the main phase was already completed, but smartphones revolution, we lived through it. And similarly, the next phase was cloud. Like nobody has to put everything in their system. We don't have to install a single app. Everything can happen through cloud. That was the next revolution. Now we are in the phase of AI. And this is just the beginning. So if you think that, okay, AI started last year, I fell behind, I don't know what to do now, I am already behind, then you are completely getting it wrong, because this is not going to be 1 or 2 years thing. It's going to be a complete, kind of these kind of revolutions. It's going to be multi-year, probably a decade. So if you look at from that timeline perspective, we are still in the beginning, and there are so many jobs, and there is no proper supply of the AI engineers. So that gap is going to be crucial. And obviously, these are high paying jobs, like no matter services based, product based. So there is a lot of opportunity, and this is the time to grab that. So just an analogy. So internet has made the information accessible. So before internet, you have to maybe read through a library of books and then find what you need. But that was not the case. You can get the information very easily, from the internet. But AI has made it usable. That means not only you have to get the information, it will completely explain it to you. It will make it possible. It can summarize a book. It can summarize a PDF. It can summarize your insurance document, and it can explain like a human explains to you. And then it can generate the content as well. So this generation is the key aspect, which was a breakthrough that happened like 3 years back, and then it came to the consumers. So that's when this all started into a boom. So I think you might have already known this. So many people compare the current AI phase to that of internet. At the beginning of internet, there was a lot of potential. The people who understood it, who saw that there is a potential and then got into it early, like they have gotten, grown like anything, like Amazon company, like famous Jeff Bezos. If you look into his podcast, so that's what he always tells. When he looked at the first computer, he didn't, just looked at it. Okay, it is doing this and that, but it looked like he was able to grasp the potential it has, and from there he started building Amazon. Now we all know, the kind of scale the Amazon has grown into. So now, what exactly is this AI? So artificial intelligence is something which can understand the language. So if you look at the traditional program, it doesn't understand what we are saying. It runs through a rule-based mechanisms, if condition, and then it has loops, all those things. But here it can understand the language. It can recognize an image. It can, go pixel by pixel and then completely give the details. Like if you give a text image, it can extract the text and give it to you. If you give it a painting, then it will clearly describe what this painting is about. And it can generate content out of nowhere. So this was one of the major breakthrough, as I was mentioning. So earlier it was only predictive. That means it can predict some outcomes, but it was never able to generate the content. So this is called generative AI. The word itself, generative, is, means this. That means it can generate the content, not just AI, it's generative AI. Before that, it's predictive AI. And then obviously it can make predictions also, and it can solve the problems as well. So looking at the basic structure, so AI sits on top of it, and how this AI is achieved is through machine learning. Now, what is machine learning? We give a lot of inputs to the model. It learns and then creates some patterns. Next time, when we give similar question, it knows what answer to give. So this part is called training. So that is called machine learning. And then there is called deep learning. That means not only it creates the pattern, but it creates a complete neural network. That means, how the patterns are related. So it's almost like a human brain works, how a human brain works. So we have neurons and then those are interconnected. Similarly, a neural network is built and then all the connections are made between the patterns. That is the deep learning. And then generative AI. So using this, we we are able to generate the new content. So that we are going to see next. And all of this is possible through LLMs, large language models. So this is the brain behind the AI. So this the good part is you don't have to be a like expert in statistics or expert in mathematics. This is different from an AI engineer. You don't have to use already trained. I think, sorry about that. My Zoom broke in the middle. Uh, so Chaudhary, where were we when I logged off? Hello.
Yeah, we are on it. You can continue. I mean, we just lost you only for 30 seconds.
Okay, okay, sure. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay, so basically LLMs are the pre-trained models, and for to become an AI engineer, you don't have to be expert in statistics or mathematics because that is required for the learning. Somebody who trains the LLMs, but we are not going to do that, and that is not needed also. If we just know how to use the LLMs, how to send input to it, get output from it, and then operate on top of that, that is enough. So that is the distinction between an ML engineer and an AI engineer. So we are going to see that. So as we discussed, so it's rule-based systems initially. Now it is happening through the learning, that is the machine learning phase. And then we are into the generative phase, like we can generate some content. Now, let's look at LLM. What exactly is this large language model? So LLM, as I mentioned, it's already trained model. We are not doing the training. It is already trained. And in order to build an LLM from scratch, it's going to cost a lot of money because the hardware it demands is very, very huge. Like because of the amount of the data it is going to be trained on. We are talking about billions of records and then words which eventually get converted to tokens. So for that reason, even though many people gave a shot and then tried to build LLM, like many of them just couldn't sustain, right? So now we know the famous LLMs like GPT is the LLM behind the ChatGPT. ChatGPT is an application, but the GPT is the model. So it is owned by OpenAI, that is the company. And then Gemini is the LLM, which is built by Google. And Claude, obviously, one of the most capable models built by Anthropic, that is the company. And Elon Musk also built his own model, that is Grok, and it's being used in the Twitter primarily. And then China has its own model. One of the company in China has built this. This is DeepSeek. And then European company, one of the European company built this LLM Mistral. So these are the LLMs. Apart from this, yeah, we have Meta also, the Facebook's parent company, which built its own LLM, Llama. So one thing is clear, unless the company which has a lot of money, like which can spend that kind of money, there is not easy to build an LLM from scratch. And it's going to take a lot of time as well. So now we are going to use these existing LLMs and build AI applications on top of it. So that is going to be our job. So what exactly this LLM do? All it is going to do is predict the next word based on the current input. So very simple example. So let's say I have bread and immediately the word that comes to our, because that's what we have been hearing in our brain. We don't even think, we immediately say that. So if you look at the next example, it will be even more obvious. Twinkle, twinkle, little. I don't even have to say it, right? You already got the next word in your mind. So this is the kind of training the LLMs are, went through. You may think, oh, this is like very simple. If it's just predicting the next word, how is it doing all these things? Why? Because it has been trained to predict that next word on billions of information. And then it created those patterns. So now it will always, pick that next word rightly, because this poem, it's this it not only trained once, it has read all the books in the internet, all the articles, all the journals, all the YouTube videos, many things. So it has went through this. So that's why it is able to easily predict the next word. After this word, like almost 99% of the times, it is always the star. So that's why it will easily predict. So this is the core idea behind the LLM. The logic is simple, but the amount of training it has to go through, it is enormous. So first, it will like collect the massive amounts of data and then hide words from sentences. For example, the capital of India is New Delhi, but hide this word and then make the LLM to predict. If it is right, then give that scoring. Okay, this is correct. If it is wrong, then give that scoring also. Then it will start making these patterns during this training process, and eventually, after so many iterations, it will always predict the next word as the correct word. So we are going to repeat this billions of times. So that's why we will never build LLMs. We are not going to compete with the ChatGPT, all those things. Just building an AI application itself is sufficient. And it does not have intelligence. Even though the word says artificial intelligence, it does not have intelligence in a sense that human has. All it will do is it created these patterns and it will always pick from that pattern. So now the interesting part, hallucinations. Just because it is built in such a way, sometimes twinkle, twinkle, little, something else I want to do. Then, but it won't, understand that. It will always pick that highest matching word. But we are expecting something else. Then that is where it is called as hallucination. That means LLM still gives the answer, very confidently, but it is wrong. And it does not even understand that it is giving wrong answer. So this is called hallucination. And this is something which we are going to deal with while building AI applications. So as an AI engineer, our job is to reduce this hallucination as much as possible by providing the proper context, proper prompt, so that LLM behaves in a way we want. So now let's build a simple AI chatbot using the Gemini model. So this requires some Python knowledge, some API knowledge, but don't worry. Today it's going to be just a very simple demo application. We are going to write around 25 lines of code. I will explain each and every line while doing it. So the structure looks like this. The user enters an input and then it will be taken into Python application program. We are going to call the Gemini API, and from there it will hit the LLM, the Gemini model, and then we will get the response. Uh, Before I proceed further, is my audio clear? Because I'm getting some notification that internet is unstable. Okay, hope it's clear. Yeah, let me share my other screen. So I may look into my second screen monitor, so I may not look directly towards you. Don't mind that. Yeah. Okay, so I have an IDE. This is PyCharm. This is the IDE which we are going to use in our course. And we will give clear instructions how to install this, all those things in the eventually upcoming classes. But for now, let's start directly into it. Now, what are we going to do? As I mentioned, we are going to hit the Gemini API. Now, what is this API? How can I know how to call that API? All those things, right? So there is clear-cut documentation which we are going to find step by step. So all you need to do is Gemini API docs, and you will find ai.google.dev. This is the Google AI Studio, and then Gemini API docs. So just go there. So once you go there, you will see this. So this is the API of the Gemini. So it's clear, right? So Gemini API, and this is the Python code. And obviously Python is the preferred language and everybody is already using it. I think other languages are falling behind in terms of AI. So Python is also going to be very important part, which we are going to cover in this course as well. So this is how we need to call. We are specifying the endpoint. This is called the endpoint. We can, if you are new to APIs, just consider it as a function which is provided by Gemini. Okay. And we need to instantiate like Gen AI client, and that client we need to use it and call this models dot generate content. This is the signature. We don't have to learn it. We don't have to understand it. This is directly being given by Google. So all you need is like you just need to know how to use it. That is enough. And the model we are going to use is Gemini 3.5 Flash. So these are all the models, right? So Gemini 3.1 Pro, which is like advanced, and then Flash Lite, which is for quick responses, and then 3 Flash. So this is the older model, and then Nano Banana. We all love it, right? So to generate those super realistic images. So these are all the models given by Google, and this is the API. So now let's copy this and go into our this one. Let's create a Python file. Let's name it chatbot and copy this. Oh, sorry. Okay. So now we are seeing some errors. what is this? It's saying unresolved package. So now what is a package? A package is a collection of programs or collection of functions which Google is giving. So all I will do is install package. Okay. And then next is GenAI. It cannot find the reference to GenAI in Google. Okay, so let's come from beginning. So this is the API which we are calling. Now, for this, we need to pass the input, right? So the input is API key. So now we can hit this endpoint, but we need to have a key. So how to generate that key? So again, let's go to our Gemini, and I can say Gemini API key. Get a Gemini API key. Okay, let's go to AI Studio. Get started. And then you can see the key symbol. So get API key. So this is available to all of you also. You don't need to do anything. If you just have a Google account and if you have used Gemini at least once, then you are good. And we will get this free key. So this is a free tier. That means it will have a limit, like you can send some 100 or 200 messages per day. So for the demo and practice purpose, it is fine. So this is my key. So I will copy this, copy API key, and I need to store it. So I need to pass it, but before that I need to store it. So for this, we are going to create a file which is called as .env. So this is the general naming convention. We will keep all the database connection related details, credentials, API keys, everything in the env file. So I will name it as Gemini API key equal to, so it's kind of a variable we are giving this. And I will not give this directly in the program because this is my private key. I don't want to expose it to, others. So I have created the .env. Now from this .env, I need to retrieve that key, right? So for that, we will write, this is again one more package, .env, load import. So this is the, like we are going to, there is a package called .env, and from that .env we are going to load .env. So what this means is whatever is present in the .env file, it will load it here so that the program can access it. So there is nothing rocket science here. So this is a package and this is a method. So using this, we are going to do it. So it is saying again, this package is not available. So we can simply install it. Yeah, so now it installed the package. Now after this, this is the method, right? So I will use this method, load.env. So once I use this method, whatever the variable I have defined here, it is available for me. So how to get that? For that, we can get it by using the OS. So this is a Python inbuilt package. So this one is a coming from outside, like somebody gave this package .env, and similarly somebody gave this package. Sorry. So somebody gave this package, Google gave this package, but this one is directly inbuilt function. We don't need to import from outside. So that's why we're directly giving import OS. This is coming with the Python itself. So as I mentioned, so it may look little complex to you. one, if you are new to programming language, or if you are completely new to Python kind of language, it may look little complex. But all these things we are going to discuss in detail during our Python. Like we have a 2 weeks dedicated for Python, there we are going to cover. But for now, just stay with me and understand what is what. That should be sufficient. So that it will give an idea how we are going to build an AI application using the simple Python program. Okay, so now I have loaded the .env file. What is this? Whatever is present here in this file we have written, right? That is going to be loaded here and is available for me. Now, next part. This came from the Google itself. So we need to instantiate the client. But while doing it, we need to pass API key, right? And where is my API key? Inside this file. So in order to access this variable, I cannot give the variable name directly because it's not a variable in my function, right? It is a variable coming from the env file. So for that, os dot get env, and then we have to give the variable name. And what is my variable name? I have only given, right? So Gemini API key. So, and then we have the response. Now we need to take the input from the user. So how to take that? Let's using the input prompt, using the input prompt. So when we give this input function, it is going to ask a question from the user. So whenever this input is there, it will ask a question from the user here while executing from the console. So I can say you. So that means it will print you and then it will ask for the input. So now it will ask for the input and then whatever we have given here that we need to pass into this one. So here contents are hard coded, so that I will replace with my question. That means whatever I am getting here, I need to save it in the question variable. So whatever I am getting here, I am passing it. So that means it's not a hard coded string. I am passing from the value entered by the user. And then finally, we are going to print the response text. But let's print it in the new line, right? So for that, we can give /n. And this f string is a mechanism to format the string. Again, this is also like a 10-minute topic, but for now, just stay with me. We can say AI. That means whatever AI is sending, we will just add the prefix AI. And whatever user is giving, we will just add the prefix U. Now inside this is a variable response.text. So that's why I'll keep it inside the flower brackets. Okay, so I think we installed the wrong package. So let me quickly install the actual Google package. So again, installing package is just a like single command. So I just grabbed it from Google. So pip install Google. So this is the package. So now Google package is installed and okay, let's run it and see. Okay, Gen AI is unresolved. So let me quickly grab it from my other project. Okay, I think there is some issue in that package installation, which we can debug, but maybe it will take some time. So let's continue here. So this is all we have written, right? So imported the required packages and then loaded the file and got the API key from the env. And then I'm calling the client. So this is just, some messages like this is irrelevant. We can remove it. That's fine. And then let's remove the while loop for now so that it will be easier, and then we will add the while loop in the end. So okay, so this is what we have seen. It is going to get the input, pass that input from the question to here, and then whatever the response is written, it will be present in the response.text, so that we are going to print. So AI assistant started, type exit to quit. We can give, some question. Who is the Prime Minister of India? So it has hit the Gemini API and written the response. The current Prime Minister is Narendra Modi, and some additional response. He has been in office, so and so. And then it ended. And this prefix we have only given, so that it gives a feel of chatbot. These are all just some additional formatting stuff, but the core is we have taken the input from this user, and then whatever the response we got from the LLM, we have given it, displayed it here. So just with the 25 lines of program, we are able to achieve this. And now, in order to build a chatbot, like you just see how simple it is, right? You just build some UI, which will look like a chatbot, and you don't need front-end technologies and all. You can take help of, again, AI itself. Very simple basic page. And in the back end, you are going to write this code, like whatever the user enters and hit enter, you grab that input and then pass it to the API. Whatever the response you written, again, give it back to the user. So in this way, we can very easily build chatbots. And every company right now is trying to build their own chatbot, but not like directly hitting the LLM. It needs to take the information related to their company, so that it will not only answer the generic questions, it will ask the specific questions also related to their company. Sorry. So that is how we can build. Now, as you can see, it ended only once, like it took the input and immediately gave the output, and it is done. So now we want to do it in a loop, right? So that's why we will keep the while loop. So while true, and then we have to just move these like this. So that means all these lines are under the while loop. So now again, if you are new to loops, don't worry, just try to get it on high level for today. That is fine. So now while true, we are doing it like everything what we have done in, like for once, we are going to do it infinite times. Like it will keep on running. Then how to exit from that program? That is when user types the exit keyword. So we have to do that if condition. If question, what is question? Whatever the user is input, that we are storing in the question, right? So if question equal to exit, then we are going to come out of this program by using the break statement. So until the user types exit, it will keep on increasing. Like if he keeps on asking 100 questions also, it will keep on giving answer. Only when the user type exit, then it will come out. So this lawyer is also again a simple Python function. So if the user enters capital E, then XIT, so it will not match, right? So that's why we are converting it into lowercase and then matching, so that the user properly, like no matter in which case he enters, it will always come out of the program. So now let's run this. So who is the president? Sorry, president of USA. The current president of United States is Joe Biden. So I think this is having that LLM memory cutoff. So that's why we should always use latest models. But somehow, so this is the hallucination which we talked about earlier. It will give the confident answer, but it will give wrong answer confidently. But anyway, let's continue with the chatbot thing for now. So this is a different aspect. What is hallucination? How to handle it? So those are different things. Now let's say who won the latest cricket World Cup? So the key part is it is not terminating. It is continuing. So here also I just mentioned latest cricket World Cup. So whatever the latest in its memory, it is going to pick that. And then I haven't specified T20 or test or ODI, nothing, right? So again, it will act on its own. So this is where the prompt engineering comes into picture. The more detailed we give this prompt. So this is nothing but a prompt. Even though we are giving it as a question, we are passing that directly to uh, LLM directly, whatever the user giving. But instead of passing this, if we write a detailed prompt, this is a question from user. You have to do this, this, this. If he asks about this one, then do not assume. Always refer to this one or ask a follow-up question. If we write all these things in this prompt, then it is going to behave in that way and then it will be refined. So this is where AI engineer comes into picture. So how to write that correctly so that it will always be accurate. Okay, so let's continue. And okay, I want to show something else. So for now, I will kill this or I can give exit. It will come out. So let me run again. So I want to show about the context, the memory of LLM. So let's go with the first question again. Prime Minister of India. Okay, well and good. It gave the answer. Now I want to say, when was he born? When was Narendra Modi born? But instead of giving Narendra Modi, I will give he. That means I'm referring to the previous message. That's what we do in ChatGPT and Gemini, all those things, right? So let's try and see what happens. So interestingly, it is saying, please tell me who you are referring to. I need to know the person's name to tell their birth date. So what is happening here behind the scenes? So when I send this message, we are passing only this string. That means only this string, even though we can see the history here, LLM does not know that history. We are not passing the entire conversation. So this is called context. Now, how to build a real-time chatbot? Obviously, if it is answering only one question at a time, it's not a best user experience, right? So in the real time, how chatbots work is, now user has asked a question, it will store it in a data type, which is called as list in Python. So in the list, it will store, okay, first question, and then some AI response is there. Then it stores that response also in the list. The second item in the list will be AI response. Then the third question, it will again store like one, two, third item will be this question. Now all these three items put together, it will send to the LLM. Now LLM will see, start from here. Okay, first this is the question and then this is the response. Now what when was he born? He means Narendra Modi. So then it will understand, like, this is called the context. So this also we are going to build. So how efficiently we can build, because context we can't keep building lot of, like, if there are 100 conversations and if we keep building it, it will become hallucinatory because there is a lot to read and the processing is also high, the processing cost. So that's why in ChatGPT, if you continue the conversation for a long time, one, it will hang, and then two, it will forget what we told in the beginning of the chat. It will randomly say something else. So this is called that context growth. And then recently we started seeing something called context stitching. That means make it very concise so that LLM will understand and give us a better result. So this is all about building your own chatbot. So I just showed you how to get your own API key, and this is just an IDE like PyCharm, which I'm using, which we will be using for the class as well. But if you are comfortable with VS Code, you can do the same program in VS Code. So like today, just give it a try. It will be very interesting, and it will give you like it will make you understand how simple it is to build an AI application. And at the same time, there are several aspects which we will see, like just how we discuss. So context, memory, and then many other things which is needed for building an AI application, and token optimization. Because if we keep sending all the tokens every time, then the cost is going to increase. Now we are seeing, right? The every company is realizing cost, like they are unable to bear that much cost. Okay, there are some questions.
Yeah. Thanks, Teja. Thanks for that. So,
Yeah.
guys, just to add on, so this is just a demo. Don't worry. I understand people are coming from different backgrounds. So, anyone having development background, yes, definitely it will be easy for you guys. But anybody, right, trying to shift domains or starting, right? So, definitely we have a very clear roadmap, right, that you can go through. And now I'm just unmuting all the individuals, so you can ask your questions. So, we feel free to interact with them.
Yeah, so I think Surya Teja has a question. What does actually API means? Yeah. So this is basically API. Consider it as a function which you have built, a reusable function, and you are making it accessible to anybody in the world, right? So you have built a function, let's say, to calculate a prime number, and you have built it very efficiently. Now you want to let other people to use it. How will you make it? Like your code is in your repo, right? So then I will build a API that is called as application programming interface. Then I will give that specific function name to call. I will make it accessible public so that anyone can use it from anywhere. And then using that function, I can pass the parameter like the whatever the range I want, and then it will do all the calculation, the code, the logic, everything is inside the Google's API. All I am doing is just calling that function, that API function, and it will have a specific format. We cannot call by our own because they have built the API. They have given that format. That's why we went there and saw that, right? So we just grab that code from there. So this code we have not written by our own. We just took it from the Google API documentation. So they have said, okay, in order to hit my Gemini LLM, you use this API. So we have given that, and then we pass it the model name, which we have set as 2.5 flash. And then we have passing the question, the content, the input to the LLM. So for now, just understand it at that level. And we are going to, like, we have a separate few days dedicated for API. What is an API? How to use existing APIs? How to build our own API and then expose it to public. So all these things we are going to cover as well. So that all we are going to see in the roadmap also shortly. But for now, yeah, just have it at that level. I totally understand this program is going to be a little complex for some of you, but don't worry. Each and every line, each and every concept, like what is a package, what is a function, and what is this printf statement, what is this input function in Python, everything we are going to see very detailed because we have dedicated 2 weeks for Python. So that's why understanding Python is important for building the AI application. So that is part of our course. So next question from Likit. Hope with this can create agent too. Yes. So the agents building is also part of our course. So that we will see shortly in our roadmap. So what is the cost? Do you mean the course cost or this LLM
No,
cost?
Teja.
Yeah.
No, Teja. First of all, thanks. And your
Yeah.
explanation is good. And
Thank you.
here coming to this one AI cost. So when the credit limits
Yeah.
nowadays, yeah, if you take in Copilot, initially it was in $20 to $25 per month. Once
Yeah.
we reach this credit, automatically it is bumping up.
Yeah.
And now they're getting some 30,000 tokens or something. Okay.
Yes.
So based on this, in future, what is your thought as it is increasing the tokens cost? Do you
Yeah.
think in future they'll continue with the AI or not?
Yeah, I think this is very good question, and I'm glad you asked it because this is one point which I, wanted to cover as well. So now let's think about how this came. So initially AI came, everybody saw the potential, And the companies also gave it generously because that is the marketing strategy, right? First, get the users to use it. Now people started using, everybody saw the potential, and people were making predictions. Oh, by end of this year, all jobs are gone. I don't need a developer. I can do this. I can do that. That is the extreme, like extreme positive scenario, which they have predicted. Now, again, we got into this cost issue. Now, many people are realizing, okay, cost, I cannot replace all my employees because I can pay them much less than what I'm paying AI and then still get the work done. So now again there are predictions where people are saying, okay, AI is gone. Like nobody will use AI. This is again the extreme end, extreme negative scenario. So now in any like these kind of revolutions, the extremes will not happen. Something in the middle will happen. So going forward, AI will be there, but it is not going to replace all jobs, right? So it may replace few jobs wherever it is feasible, but the most importantly, it is going to be part of our SDLC life cycle. It is going to be part of our each and every job that we are doing. So whatever we are learning, it is going to help there. So AI will stay, but it won't be like how people predicted in the beginning of this year. People are like, okay, I think everything is gone. So there will be no jobs. People will, just get some money. I think there are some wild predictions, and people are genuinely worried also. So that is not going to happen. At the same time, the other extreme also not going to happen because AI has true potential. Yeah, like just like how the cloud has become integral part of everything we develop in our things, right? So AI is also going to become in such a way. Like we will see lot and lots of AI applications, and we will use more and more AI in our daily lives also. So yeah, that will like it's the middle of the both extremes. And coming to
So
cost,
Tej, yeah,
yeah.
go ahead, Tej.
Yeah, and coming to cost, I think if you are referring to this one, so Gemini gives some free tokens, which is mostly enough for our practice. At the same time, there is another way where we can, use the LLM for free forever by using the local LLM that is called as Volama. So that also we are going to cover in the further classes, how to install that Volama and how to use that LLM for which we can use our practice without any limits, forever free. So yeah, as long as it's
Okay.
for personal use, we can do it. But if we want to build some app and then we want to sell it to customers means, then we have to definitely buy the credits, and based on that we have to cost our product so that whatever we are getting from the customers, it's more than the cost we are spending. So that is a different thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So in the market, we are having multiple models, and right, for example, Sonnet.
Yeah.
Latestly, they are using the Sonnet, right?
Mhm.
So which one is the best one? How we can choose the model?
Yeah. So basically, as I mentioned, the LLMs are limited. So Sonnet, Opus, and before that Haiku, all these are Claude models only. That means the next model is better than the previous model. That's it. All are Claude models only. It's the same LLM. It's like new version is coming out. So now there is a Fable, which is a new version which came out. So obviously one model is better than the next. Like the latest version is always better than the previous models. And at the same time, the cost is also more because of its efficiency. So now let's say I want to build an end-to-end project, then I will go for Claude Opus 4.6, which will cost more. At the same time, it has that capability to completely do that architecture and then write the backend connections and then build the front end UI, all those things. So let's say I want to build some simple static web page, then I will simply go with the Haiku, which is like the basic Claude model. So that is enough to achieve my task. And if I want to just ask some question and get the response, then I will go with even lower models. Like there is GPT low cost model. So I will go with that. So it depends on the complexity of the thing that we want to achieve. So based on that, we have to go. And coming to the like best model, the best is always the latest model because based on the current shortcomings in the current model, they are building the latest model. So it is always the better in each company. Now coming to the competing models. So Anthropic has Claude, and then Gemini from Google, and then GPT from the ChatGPT. So these three are the top three, models, and obviously the top thing which is beating all other models without any doubt is Claude. This is in terms of programming. So Claude is the best coding model which is available out there. And then for image generation, Claude is not best because it is not trained in that way. So Gemini and ChatGPT are better. So general purpose models, Gemini and ChatGPT are better. They'll also give code, but not as good as Claude is giving. So that's why everybody, are moving towards Anthropic and Claude in our companies also. But obviously, the best comes with the more cost only. Yeah.
Yeah, got it, Teja. Thanks for the explanation. Hope you'll be covering up this SDLC process using the Olama. Am I right?
Yes, that is part. So that setup we will be covering.
Okay,
Hey,
great.
hi.
And coming to the
Hi.
conversions, nowadays in the markets, a lot of people are working on the legacy systems to open source. Am I right? So, for example, SAS to Python. So this kind
Migration.
of migrations. Hope this can also can be taken care in our conversions. Am I right? I mean, by using this chatbot or agents.
Yes. So we will talk about that migration projects as well, and how to best put those AI applications so that the migration will happen like almost seamlessly as possible. So yes, that will be one of the item in our course.
Okay,
Hi, can I
thanks,
ask a
Teja.
question, please?
Yeah, please.
Hey, hi. This is Lakshmi, and I've got a little curious on the roadmap as well, especially with the Python content you're talking about. So
Yeah.
we're saying 2 weeks, right? Is that really feasible to learn Python in a couple of weeks, especially for those who are coming from non-coding, very fresh batch, very fresh
Yeah.
kind of a team to this question, this training?
Yeah. Yeah, good question. So basically, that is enough for learning the Python that is needed for the AI. So somebody who wants to build a web application using Python, that is a different level of thing that we need. Similarly, somebody who wants to build a backend server using Python, that is different. So those aspects we don't need. What we need is core Python. So what are variables, how to assign them, what are if condition statements, what are the operators, what is a loop, what is the syntax in Python, how are the different, what are the different types of loops available in Python. And similarly, so loops, and then we'll go for the object oriented concepts as well, like what is a class, how to define it and when to define it, how to call an API from Python. So these aspects we are going to cover with examples, and like 2 weeks is sufficient. Why? Because we are going to cover the aspects that is needed for the AI engineer, which is the core Python. And then we will have one more week where we will cover all the AI built-in functions, like the some of the things which we have seen, right? Google package and then all those things. So for that, there is one more week. So that means in this entire 3 weeks, you will be very comfortable with, writing programs in Python. And second aspect is we don't need to write algorithms or complex data structures for the AI development, because AI is all about integrations and then optimizing for the tokens, optimizing for the outputs, but not something where we have to do binary search or building a tree. So all these data structures and algorithms, complex ones, are not needed. So basic understanding of Python, knowing what are all the functions to use. So that is going to be enough for the AI application building.
Okay, great. One more question.
Yeah.
The first would be, is there any certification for this? And secondly, will there be a chat support? For example, you told me something and I'm trying out, and if I'm stuck, is there a support that I can get from this training, or is that just the recordings?
Lakshmi, so basically right now we are in a demo phase, right? So where we have a few more days. Once this is done, we'll have a final list of batch and definitely we'll add you into the group. So we'll also add the trainer and you can
Uh,
coordinate there.
Chaudhary, I think we lost you for some time.
How about it now? Hello.
Yeah.
Is it better? At least.
Yeah. Maybe you can just answer it again.
Yeah, so yes, okay. So I was highlighting that we'll have a separate group once we have a final list of candidates, and that will be decided maybe in 5 days. And we'll add trainer and then just limited batch strength, and you can interact with trainer. Like
Yeah.
it could be WhatsApp and yeah.
Yeah. So I'll be available, and yes, I'll be always
Yeah.
replying. Yeah.
Great. Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, any other questions?
Yes, yes. So, will this particular course will be enough to crack a particular individual having 10 plus years of experience?
Yes, yes, definitely. So one thing to know is like you have 10 plus years of experience, but the AI was not there for 10 years, right? So people are looking for 2 to 3 years experience in AI. So how you are going to position is like I have IT experience of 10 years, beginning 7 years, whatever you did by yourself, you can put that. And the next 2 to 3 years is what you are going to keep. And the kind of projects which we are going to do, it will be enough to crack the interviews. And also
We lost you, Teja. Hello. Is Teja audible or?
No, no, we lost him. It's raining everywhere, so
not
network
not
issues probably.
only crack the interviews, are planning end to end. Systems you will not be building your local, you will be building the applications only sufficient. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, Teja, we lost you. Can you repeat
I
that?
think maybe. Oh, okay. Okay. So basically, yeah, this is going to be sufficient because we are going to cover more than what is needed in the job. And similarly, for the interview also, we are going to cover all the concepts and we are going to build end-to-end live applications which you can deploy on the like some of the hosting websites. So you will get a complete understanding, like every line of code we are going to write. So in interviews, if they ask to write some example code, you will be very comfortable. And if they ask about some error scenarios, all those things we would have gone through because we are building from scratch, right? So we will go through those errors, we will face them, we will know how to resolve it. So definitely will be much comfortable, both in terms of interview as well as writing the, I mean, doing the job.
Okay. Is it possible to show or explain a particular real-time project which you have been working?
Uh, which, okay,
Not now, even
okay.
in further sessions also. So can you cover it in the next 5 days, which you are providing the free sessions, right? So
Yeah, okay, I'll try that. So we are going to build some end-to-end projects. That is already part of it. At least 5 projects we are going to build. So you just want to know like my current or some production, how it
yep, yep.
happens and all. Okay. Yeah,
Yes,
sure.
yes,
We
exactly.
can cover that. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. Uh, and also, I could see there is only 6 p.m. batch. So, are there any batches available during the morning time?
Uh, I think it's going to be 6 p.m. only, this particular batch. Yeah.
Okay.
So what is the duration of each class, and is it like Monday to Friday? How is it?
Yeah. So currently it's we have planned for every day 1 hour. So 2 months, it's going to be 60 hours is what we planned, and maybe give or take like some 5 to 10 days in between. So mostly we'll be completing that 60 hours in less than 2.5 months.
And what about, you would also have people in the batch who would be like, for example, me, if you say, right, Python and all
Mm.
these things are just new terms. I have only heard. So, naturally that 1 hour would not be sufficient. So how do you cover? Number one is the doubt session, and number two is if I stick to just 60 hours in 2 months, it might not help, even though I would self-study and all.
Yeah.
But I still wanted to know on that part. And what if, do you run multiple batches, because instead of recording, I would like to, in case if I miss 2 3 classes, I would like to just get into a batch, attend those classes, and come back to my own? Is that possible?
So actually, as of now, it's only one batch that I'm running. And as you mentioned, like this is targeted for beginners only. Somebody who don't know Python, somebody who don't know like existing programming language knowledge. So we are going to start from there only. Uh, we will cover that. And apart from that, I will be available through WhatsApp. And if at all needed, like any question, sorry, any concept where you want to deep dive, like I'm flexible and I'll be available like whenever you need during this time and after the course as well. So yeah.
So, Teja, is your current profile? I remember you said you worked in cybersecurity for quite some time, correct?
Simi, that's
Uh,
me.
yeah,
That's me, founder, Chaudhary. The
Okay.
Teja is AI engineer and he is our friend.
I see. So, Teja, I'm assuming that you currently are working with firms wherein
that is
your role
correct.
is actively with AI related thing.
Yeah, that is correct. And that is also the reason for having only one session per day. I have a full-time job and I have total 15 years of experience. I think I didn't mention that. So I have 15 years of experience, worked with the four companies, started my career with CTS, stayed there for 3 years in Chennai and then moved on to ITC Infotech for 2 years and then moved on to ADP for 3 years. And currently I'm into service now and I've been there for 7+ years. So total 15+ years of experience across different companies, different domains, multiple technologies. And yes, I'm currently doing a full-time job, very demanding. And parallelly, I'm,
Yeah.
doing this stuff as yeah.
So, with regards to the admission, the fees, the course framework, and all, who is the right person to talk to, Teja? Is it you or is it the founder?
So it is Chowdhury,
Yeah.
who is the owner of this. So maybe let's go through the remaining aspects quickly, but I think we covered most of that. But just to get more clarity for you, I'll just go through the remaining aspects as well. So now the difference between AI user and AI engineer, right? So AI user is somebody who uses these tools. Like there are thousands, I mean, hundreds and thousands of tools in the market. Why? Because it's very easy to build a tool. Just know Visa, it's a very basic templated chatbot, but with some more, like insertions, and we can build a chatbot in less than 2 to 3 days, a fully functional chatbot. So that's why people are building AI applications left and right, and then releasing into the market. So using them is only using them. Like you are just a AI user. AI engineer is somebody who builds those applications from the scratch using the code. So that is the key difference between AI user and AI engineer. And yeah, so the modern AI systems, there is a lot of things to cover. So what is a prompt, what is context, what are the knowledge sources, and how to retrieve the information from those sources, that is RAG. So all these things are needed for building a production grade AI system. For building some app which can be used by ourselves, these are all not needed. So you can use it, like you can do it easily. But for building a production grade application, we are going to need all these, and we will be building agents as well. Though, so the final phase is dedicated for the agents, how to build an agent and how to make it work autonomously by itself. So those we are going to cover. And yes, the most important part. So what is this course roadmap? So in the phase one, we are going to build the foundation, like AI fundamentals, everything that we need to know about AI architecture, not the tools. Because if somebody comes and tell you, okay, I'm using this tool, it's great. Okay, there is nothing wrong with the tool, but that's not enough. Understanding the underlying architecture. So that is the key thing to really master the this AI whole technology. So we are going to cover AI fundamentals and then the Python and what is APIs, how to use them. So that we are going to cover, and then prompt engineering, how to write optimized prompts, that will be covered. And then LLM fundamentals, how these work. We briefly talked about training and all, right. So those we will cover in depth also, couple of days. And then building the AI applications, how to build them, like how to use embeddings, what is this vector database and what is this RAG. So this is going to be very key concept. And using all this, how will we build the AI application? Not just theory, full-fledged applications end to end. So that we are going to cover. And then we are going to cover the agents. What is agentic workflow? So workflow means like a complete flow from starting from the point A to B, how to flow through that the process and steps, so that how to build that workflow, and then how do we deploy these agents, where to run them, and then what is needed to build a production AI system. So these also we are going to cover. Yes, I think we are a bit over the time. I don't mind, but if you have time and if you have any more questions, I'm happy to stay and answer as well.
Hi Teja, good evening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is there any task designed in the course duration so to get familiar with the concepts and to adapt to the flow of AI?
Yes, so there will be exercises that will be given apart from the ones which we will discuss in the course, and those you can try out. I think that is where your efforts will come into picture. So the more you try, the more errors you will run into, the more challenges you face, you come back and discuss, or you just ping me on WhatsApp and discuss. I will be guiding you. So there will be a lot of exercises that we are going to do, starting
Uh,
from the Python programs. For each and everything, I'll give some 2 to 3 programs which you can practice. And similarly, once we move to the complex concepts like AI and all those things, I'll give some simple applications which you can try on your own. So yes, exercises are planned.
okay, Teja, thank you.
Yeah.
Teja, Sai here.
Yeah.
So,
Hi.
as a layman, I have one question. Means, if we learn this Python, and once we complete this course, right? So, consider I'm working on a Salesforce technology. Okay.
Hmm.
So my daily task will be in my job, getting some requirements and building some LWC components, some code, and some means working product. So
Hmm.
what will we will be doing means after this course, means in real time job? What usually we do?
So yeah. So basically, after this course, you will get complete understanding of how AI works from end to end. So then one thing is you can build an app locally in your machine by yourself, which can fast track your tasks and then do them efficiently for you. That is one thing. Or and after building, you can even share this with the team. Like you can give it as a productive tool from your side, which has improved the productivity, and you can ask the team to use it so that they can also get benefited. So that is one aspect. And second aspect is, I think in current scenario, everybody has some AI tooling provided by the organization. I'm sure Salesforce also has some of those. So now, once you understand this, let's say you are given Claude Code. It is one of the coding agent, right? So in Claude Code, we can build some skills. We can build some agents by automatically. We don't have to write the Python code. Without writing also we can build. But the concepts you are learning here, like how to build multiple agents, how to build an orchestrator which will manage these agents to achieve some task. So all these concepts that you are learning here, you can apply and to automate those tasks, like to do some innovation, to do the daily tasks more efficiently and quickly. So in such way you can make yourself more valuable in the team, and also become that like go-to person, and like various productivity enhancements can be achieved.
Thank you, Teja.
Hey, hi. One last question. I'm sorry
Yeah.
for coming back. I know we are running out of time. But I see. I'll be very honest. There are a lot of courses on YouTube, which is for 20 hours, 40 hours. So how different is this course going to help me to learn this? I'm not trying to question, but I'm trying to understand how beneficial this course will be for me uh, instead of those courses that are available.
Yeah. So basically, first of all, this is based on the more towards the practical approach, like building the projects from end to end. not just writing programs in silos. So end-to-end projects, how to connect the dots. So that is one thing. And the roadmap, which I've just shown, right? So what is needed for building a production grade AI application? What are all the elemental blocks that are needed? And teaching them, and along with examples, and then providing that support so that you can practice and become better. So yeah, so in that way, like, you can get benefited from this course.
Okay, great, thanks.
All right, guys, we are already late 15 minutes. We do have other batch for data engineering. Anything else for last 5 minutes? We can wrap this up and all
Teja,
right. So yeah, good.
Teja, here after completing this course, we will be able to build an AI applications, right? So AI agents or something. Means
Yes.
will we able to integrate? Means will you teach that how to integrate that AI agent with the our production systems directly? Means in real time. Means in our job.
Uh, so we can build agents that can run on like anywhere. But for that to happen in your production, there needs to be some pipelining, needed from your current environment also. Like, you can still build an agent, you can use it, and you can share it with your team so that everybody can use it. So that is definitely achievable. But putting that in production so that you can ship it to customers, so that is also we are going to see. But for that, the support should be there from your organization also, like the necessary tooling, like those LangGraph, which is we are going to discuss. So that LangGraph is needed from your organization. Like, if you are already building some agents and that product line is already there, then you can add into it. But doing that from completely scratch at a production grade, that is not possible by a single individual. So we need that like Jenkins setup, and then the DevOps, and then all those things are needed.
Thank you, Teja.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for attending the session. So we'll upload this session on probably YouTube channel and Drive as well. So we'll share the link. You can go through it. And tomorrow, yes, we do have sessions going forward, and you can come attend 4 more. And then maybe, yes, you guys can take a decision and enroll accordingly. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Teja.
Thank
Thanks,
you
Teja.
so much, Teja. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you.